Yo, welcome back to the BST4 channel. When this was going on, what is happening? Today, we're doing CrownVic stuff, man. I've been inspired to get back on this thing here. All right, that one part that was coming from Canada, it's coming from Hong Kong. I am going to cancel the order because that was kind of like fraudulent. You said it's coming from Canada. So anyway, what we're going to do is start doing this CrownVic stuff here. We're going to see if we get this thing running properly on boost. So let's get to it.
Later that same evening.
So all right, here is the setup. The setup is pretty straightforward and simple. You guys pretty much know how to do it. Don't rate a guy on how he plumbs a turbo or put a turbo on. Anybody can put a turbo on. It's can you make a turbo run good once you put it all together. You see what I'm saying? Is, you know, you can have all the fixings to make a pizza, but can you goddamn bake a pizza? All right, so this part here is from the later model Crown Victorias and everything. We blocked off this part here. That's just the PVC stuff here. This one, if you block this off, it still runs, but it runs idles really low. Now this part right here is the blow off valve, which this is not the one I was waiting from that was coming from Canada. This ain't it. I bought another one. That dude shifted me. He said, so I will deny that package when it comes. We got everything up and on and it looks good. Now this part right here, now this is going to be a little bit more technical. Now as you can see here, this is a 6-prong and this is a 6-prong, but there's different sizes. So you're going to have to retrofit it from yours if yours looks like this and to convert it to a big one. And then your math here is rated for 29-pound injectors and my injectors are 29 pounds, blah 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 and blah blah blah. So everything else is pretty much set up. Just got to go put the battery in and everything like that. And then what we did also too, right here we hooked up the boost gauge. They're routing and running. I used the red, took it off the red line here and then teed it off and ran it inside of the thing there. So what we're going to do is pretty much we've gotten we even got everything in. The gear shifter is in. It's got decent throw, you know what I mean. Just, you know, it stops right there so it doesn't really hit, but you will hit your knuckles. That's just going to be the name of the game. Also too, I had to adjust the clutch too because I had an issue with it, so I had to do everything else, and then everything else like the gauges and everything is up in, you know, they got the gauges in there, this one and that one. Didn't put the tack in yet, and I think I'm going to put, what do you call it, the wideband over there. It's just what it is. So I'll make sure this is in gear. So all right, here's the backstory. While that's warming up, this down real quick. If you jokers got kids or thinking about having kids, man, no have 3, no 4, no 5, no 6, no none of that. Have 1. I have a situation where I took out the toilet in my house twice, and now I had to call goddamn plumber to unclog the sewer because they dropped baby wipes and flushed them down the toilet. And it was crayons in there. It was a hair tie. There was much other stuff in there just building up. The cost of all this is $175 per hour. They charged me $230. It doesn't seem like much. Here's the kicker. They even charged me for being late, which means I had to go out and get the money, and I was, you know, taking my mom to the store and everything. Mind you, the place is right down here, walking distance. They could have just left and did another job. They stayed and waited for their money and charged me for it. It's crazy. All right, so we're back to this now. Now, we can test drive the car, right? But we have this car right here that's in the way. There's no keys for it. So, you guys wanted to see the car run. Guess what? I wanted to see the car run too. Because I got to dial everything in and nothing is dialed in. But for the most part, everything is pretty much a go. Now, with the boost gauge, you're not going to read boost when you're revving it. It's just not going to happen. You got to drive it on load and you'll see boost go up. So that's how that works. So that's not going to work. Now that's the power steering. Now my boy Chuck, Micron V Chuck, that's what we're going to put in this joint. I ain't putting none of that, whatever they said to put in there. Micron V, I always did. Yeah, it's a little low, I can see it. So we're gonna put some of this in here. And I mounted everything up too also. Oh, this is gonna spill all over the place. Ah.
A little later.
Alright, yeah, I added some in there. So, also too, man, I had a setback before the kids shaft me with the goddamn baby wipes. What I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna install this transmission flywheel into the car. All the big giant plans that I had for it is not gonna happen now. And the ingredients was this, but not anymore. It's not because of the kids. It wasn't gonna happen prior to the kids, but it's really not gonna happen now. With that said, now I'm getting a list of stuff together. Wait a minute, where the heck is the computer? Okay, that's the computer. Computer's supposed to be somewhere around here, but we'll find it somewhere. This area here, I'm gonna put the clutch slave right there. So that's the goal now, to get this running. But then again, I got this far. There was another subscriber and supporter of the channel. His name is right over here, man. CrownVicLifestyle. Let me give this man some respect. Let me turn this car off. Let me give him some respect. Turn this car off right here, man. Let me tell you something about this dude here, man. CrownVicLifestyle here on YouTube. My man, he dropped me something, and I really do appreciate it, brother. That's why I have to turn this car off and give you some respect, man. And that's why your name has been in this video all the way through, because you put the battery in my back to get this plumbed up. Once I seen that, I was like, yo, man, I got to do some Crown Vic stuff. And yo, thank you for the donation. Thank you. It means very little to you, but that shit means like I got like $1 million, man. It makes me feel that good. And thank you so much, man, for the support. And that's why I'm kind of switching gears and getting the other Crown Vic out there and running, because we need to get Crown Vics going. Because, you know, you see Mr. Random on YouTube. I'm sure you guys watch him. You do. I watch him too. Cool guy. No more Crown Vics, right? You got to give it a pause, because it's nothing you can do with them new. All these channels like Power Nation, what they doing? Crown Vics, Crown Vics, Crown Vics. Everybody's doing a goddamn Crown Vic. Everybody. Because these are budget cars for the budget guy. And we always dream of the Coyote swap. We dream of the Terminator swap. We dream of a turbo supercharger, 5-speed. We all dream about that stuff. These guys go in and swoop and desecrate it and do it all, and then we're left with, dang, homie. And many of the Crown Vic guys who've been doing this for years prior, before I was doing it, they made 5-speed swaps a long time ago and everything like that. They've done it. The hardcore Crown Vic guys, man, it's tough. Like my boy, CrownVicLifestyle. Please check him out on here on YouTube. He's building his 2-valve. He rebuilt his own transmission. That junk is like hieroglyphics to me, man. But we struggle with these cars to get them going and everything like that, because that's what it is. Even I thought that you couldn't do something unique to a Crown Victoria, and I did. I made a Subaru top mount goddamn intercooler on a car where you can goddamn close the hood. That's what I created. And I put the 5-speed in there. So I do have something semi-unique in a way, and it does crank up. So man, like I said, man, CrownVicLifestyle, brother, thank you for the support, man. And like I said, man, you put the battery in my back to get this thing cranking, man. Just like that. And it moves. I had to adjust that clutch. It was, you know, it's you know, I want to get with it, but I can't go nowhere. You know, it's gonna be, I gotta be mindful of that that low exhaust that I have on there with the turbo and stuff is really low. So I gotta be mindful with that. But man, like I said, man, thank you for the support, brother. I really do appreciate it, man. Now look at this. You can't even tell this thing got a turbo or anything underneath, man. Look at that. There's no intercooler underneath like everybody else's joint. Don't clap your hands for me yet, because anybody can put a turbo together. It's how you dial everything in to make it work. We'll see you guys on the next one, man. Thank you guys for the support, man. If you want to drop a donation on the channel, man, you can leave it right, you can see the description below here, and just drop a donation, man, so we can get this thing moving. The next one we're going to be doing is the other Crown Victoria, getting that thing 5-speed ready. All right, we'll see you guys on the next one, man. Later. Sometimes when you have a plan for something, you do run into obstacles. Like if you're playing basketball, you know, somebody's trying to block your shot. Sometimes you have to pivot. You know, you plan for a 3-pointer, but sometimes you have to just go up for that layup and just get some points on the board. And then you can come back later and try to get a 3-point shot for the game winner. But right now with this car here, I just have to pivot and just make a layup. That's what this is all about right now.